Happy New Year's, Happy New Year's, Happy New Year's. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? See y'all all in the chat. Let's see what we got going on here. Hair Grease, peace and love to you. Yashirio, peace and love to you. Lafita, my sister. My sister. I am so excited about me and Lala. I love Lala. I love her energy. I cannot wait. Supreme, peace and love, Supreme. I like that post you made today. That was awesome. Hey, Anthony, Queen, I'm going to be listening, but I'm not looking at the chat. I'm going to sleep before whatever time. Whatever. It was only till 1 o'clock. It was only till 1 o'clock, Anthony. It was only till 1 o'clock. And I mean, people that know me know that's early. Hey, Britt, how you doing, sis? And Supreme laughing at me. Y'all know that's early. Why y'all laughing at me? You know it's early. You know it's early. Well, I just want to tap in. I want y'all to know that, guess what? I ain't going to keep y'all long, I promise. I know I say that every night. And actually, I wasn't going to do it last night. But it was Anthony's fault because he kept on saying, listen to this song. And you know I love music. I can't help it. If y'all was in here last night, we had a great time bringing in the new year. We had an awesome time bringing in the new year. Make sure y'all tap into yesterday's live. I'm telling you, you are going to love it. It was full of just fun and just a lot of music and laughter and just a lot of camaraderie. And this is what my channel is supposed to be about, a balance of everything. It doesn't have to be always serious. It doesn't have to always be, you know, directly into a particular zone, even though people will come look for you on that note. But definitely, you know, I just want to bring light wherever I go. My channel, this is the safe space. This is where I want everybody to come and say, where Queen at? Let me check in on Queen. Peace. There go Nitya. Okay, y'all, remember the song I played yesterday? There she is right there. Nitya, drop your link. Drop your link, please, so y'all can hear the rest of her music. Go ahead, drop your link, sis. I previewed you. I premiered you last night. You weren't in the building, but I premiered you. Y'all know that song I played, the subscriber song I played for them. And I told them they want to hear anything else, they got to go to your channel and support. For real. Hey, Azraya, how you doing, sis? All right. That's right. The real odds and ends. That's it. This is the vibe over here. Come and tap into the vibe with the Queen. You are so welcome, and you are more deserving than that. Anthony makes songs too. He was playing his music on my channel last night. So, and he does it to the subscribers, which what brought it up to begin with. So, hey. Oh, speaking of that, Pooh Hef be doing scratching and mixing. He ain't on here though. So with that being said though, y'all, today is my new year. It's been a great day. I haven't let anything cause me to be off my square. Even dealing with excuse me, the people I deal with on the plantation. I just was like, whatever y'all got going on, that's how you bringing your new year in. I ain't bringing my new year in like that. You know what I'm saying? Not at all. With that, today is day 20. I feel like Kids from Jay. Today is day 20 of my 22-day live streaks. Where is Jay at? So she can come in here. I know she'd be cracking up. But it is day 20. And so I have 2 more days of my live streaks. But that don't mean I'm going to be gone. So y'all don't have to get sad and be like, oh, Queen, you I'll be here. I'll be here. Y'all ain't gotta get sad. I ain't going nowhere. I ain't going nowhere. I'm just going in the live streaks. I'm not gonna have no obligation to come live, but I'm probably gonna double it up. I might be tripling it up. I don't know. Y'all might see me 2, 3, 4 times a day. Then y'all could just call me Rooted in Essential Oils because he show up 2, 3, 4 times a day. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, I do thank all of you for being here. I thank all my beautiful tribe. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Quadruple it up. That's what I'm saying. Just keep on dropping them. Bop, 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 bop. But I do that in one sitting. You know, I run 5-hour lives. So that's like 5 times. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So I'm coming to a end with that. And I told y'all we're going to talk about some vivid dreams. How many of y'all dream? And I'm not talking about no dreaming like I'm not talking about, oh, I dream of being rich one day. Not that kind of dreaming. I'm talking about vivid dreams in your mind, visions. Y'all have vivid dreams? Tap in and let me know about them vivid dreams. There you go. I spoke them up. 3, 4, 5 times a day. Rooted in essential oils. Tapping in, tapping in, tapping in. Yes, that's where we're actually. Yes, yes, yes. Azariah, yes. Yeah. Peace and love, peace and love. Azariah, drop your link so people can connect to you, sis. Drop your link. It's AQN. AQN. Type in AQN in the chat. Fabby. That's awesome, my friend. Anthony said he heard your song before when Quinn was playing it last night. Your friend, Anthony. You got a friend named Anthony that heard the song, had heard the song before? Yeah, I definitely, no, type in AQN so they could just click on the link. That's right. Type the letters AQN. Somebody drop AQN so she can see what happens when that happens. Yes, yes, yes. I love this. Keep on keeping on. Sab and Tony. Yes. Yes. Look at that. Let me see. What does this say? There you go. Drop it there. Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. But I was talking about, there you go, honey. Y'all, on 3/22, honey will be my guest on my channel. And I am so privileged to have her grace my channel. So I am excited to get to know her behind her content. So y'all make sure y'all tapping in at 6:22 Eastern Standard Time on the 22nd. Y'all don't want to miss it. Thank you, Azariah, for dropping your link and allowing this to always be where we connect together and grow over here at the Queen's channel. Y'all know when y'all come over here, y'all liable to meet anybody that y'all ain't never met before. But most times we already family. We already tribes. Uh-huh. I'm on 600's ass. Yes, baby. Yes. What it look like? What it look like? I ain't even look. Let me see. Do I want to look? I don't want to look. I don't want to look. I don't want to look. You tell me. You tell me. I don't want to look. Honey, love a friend. Honey, love a friend. Oh, sugar baby. Ow. Before they want to go, baby. You know, those will be blinking like bloop, 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 bloop. I only got people. I got 15 in the chat. I had 20. I got 20 votes. So I guess that means that, let me see how many people say they, 10% said they not subscribed to me. Mm-mm. That's unacceptable. That is unacceptable. Hit that subscribe button. That's an order from the Queen. That's the order from the Queen. I don't know how to break this, but I ain't going to do what I did yesterday. I don't know how I got off this live yesterday, man. I'm telling you, I don't know how that happened, but it was crazy. That thing was playing back. I was laughing because Janae was in here tomorrow. I like the replay. I like the way Queen doing her remix. I'm like, oh my gosh, I sound like I was retarded. Yes, yes, yes. But as I was talking about, I apologize. I just got off track. But you know, I'm feeling good these days. I cannot wait until tomorrow. Y'all know I got the day off. You know, the plantation is allowing me a day off. So YouTube messing with it. Hey, let me tell you something. Sometimes you gotta give things a break. I'm trying to find me something that I'm about to run on. I think I'm about to run my summer solstice video on Restream. I just haven't recorded it yet. But that probably be my content for tomorrow because, you know, I'm gonna have the oh, wait a minute. I'm gonna have the Rugrats tomorrow. So yes. Did y'all know the polls don't pop up when you're watching it on TV? So the polls don't pop up. You can't comment when you're looking at it on TV. And, but you can like it. So that's the only thing I don't like about watching content on TV. Anyway, back to vivid dreams. Tell me about your vivid dreams. Who would like to come up here and talk to me about their vivid dreams, what they see in their dreams and what makes them so vivid? Do you have a clear understanding of what vivid dreams are? And do you know how you get clarity to get those dreams to manifest? Because some people don't even dream. For the longest time, I did not dream. I'm taking y'all names down so I can subscribe to y'all channel. I'm not a sub to. Let's go, Lafita. Make sure you're reading the reading. Make sure you're listening and to the video, watching the video, not just subscribing, watch the video. And I understand that's why you're going to do it later because you're going to pay attention to me, sis. But what I was saying was, when you have vivid dreams, it's not something that I didn't used to dream. And I didn't used to see the stars in the sky. There was a time in my life where I kind of lived in a bubble, in a box. I just kind of woke up every day and went with the flow, and I didn't even really live life. I wasn't even paying attention, really. I just kind of went with the flow. It was automatic. You know, it just was automatic. It just, like, you wake up, and this is what you do for that day. You go to sleep. And I thought that's what life was. I didn't know it had to, I didn't know it had more to it. I didn't know life had so much depth to it. Because one, I was told what I was told. Because I was told. Remember, what you're told is not what you know, but what you're told is what you do. Most times people are given information, so you live according to that. So growing up, you were told that I'm not going to speak to others, but I was told that you eat 3 meals a day, you know, that there was a heaven and a hell, and that you're supposed to abide by these laws and rules, and that the only thing that really, you know, you could do in life was, if you didn't go to college, you weren't, you know, you basically wasn't going to have a good enough job to live, and you weren't going to be able to be anything, that you wouldn't be nothing if you didn't go to school, go to college. You know, high school diploma wasn't going to get you nothing. I lived in that time where, and I'm actually feeling grateful to be living in a time where I know all of those things that's been given to me and told to me are lies. I'm so glad that it's unfolded and become to be something that I know now today are lies. Lunar Dream, did you drop your channel? Drop it down there so they can connect with you, sis. But I think when you start to learn about things about yourself, when I say learn, I'm talking about not learn from a book, but learn from yourself, from tapping inside, not having an understanding, not being underneath someone else's standing on something, but being inner standing, being within with yourself. What do you know or learn from yourself? You get what I mean? So you got to be able to be tapped in. I talk about loving yourself. Loving yourself is another thing that is a major part of things I didn't even think about loving myself. I just thought about living. I just thought about existing. I shouldn't even say living, because even today, as much as I know, I still don't feel like I live, because I'm under this construct that's kind of holding you down and causing you to have to be able to be a certain way. So right now, I say, at least I know that there is a such thing as life instead of just existing, where I only existed. I only existed by what was told to me, the societal BS that I was given. I existed up under those circumstances. I said that I thought that money, power, that you had to live a certain way to be a certain way. I was given tools that were not conducive to truly who I am. And then when I researched this within myself, so this is the thing, and it comes in layers. This is how it comes in layers, right? So the first things first, this is how it happened. I never told y'all the true story of what happened to me back in 2017, and I'm not going to really give it to y'all right now. I'm going to give it to you on a different day, but I'm going to give you some pieces of it. So back in 2017, there was something that was just kept egging at me, just was causing me to want to look deeper into everything. Caused me to want to say, wait a minute, an apple a day really keeps the doctor away? Y'all think about all those little sayings. It's the truth. But we thought they were just like little sayings, right? Another thing, how many times were you told, if you, okay, so I don't know how many people actually know or deal with heaven and hell. I don't operate in heaven and hell. I operate in knowing that those things represent a space, right? So either you're living in heaven or you're living in hell, and that's happening right now. It's not a place, it's a space, right? So there's no heaven and there's nothing outside of you. This is me, Norene, okay, the queen. All right, so that's outside of you. Everything you need is in you. And so when you're seeking and looking for things, you should always go within. Within is where you find what you're looking for. When you seek something outside of yourself, you end up getting those things that I was living my life by. Societal BS. I went outside myself and I allowed everything outside myself to continue to be a source of how I like my book, like the book that told me what to do. And then all of a sudden, I realized I don't need no book. I don't need a book. I don't need any book, because Lafita's still talking about she go check out everybody's channel. Hold on, y'all. Let me turn on this fan because it's kind of hot. It's kind of hot. It's getting hot in here. All right. So I now know that things operate in different ways. That we operate with frequencies, vibrations, and everything is connected. Everything is connected. We're connected. Not connected like how we're connecting and, collabing and growing. We're connected because have you noticed that when you speak of someone or think of someone or put some energy into something, those things begin to manifest into your space. It actually happens. You have abilities that you would not even think of, that you wouldn't even think was possible because of what you've been told. And so if you still live on, that's why a lot of people don't get along, because everybody's not on the same frequency at the same time. Everybody's not working in harmony because they're not on the same frequency. Just like you could turn the channel on the radio station. If you turn the radio station to 107.9, you might find the Queen and all those people who vibing over there. But then you turn it on 92.3, and that's a whole nother frequency, a whole nother vibe, something that I'm not rocking with, that I ain't rolling with, that ain't my frequency. That's not where I roll. That's not what I do. But what the part about it that's okay is it's okay to be individuals, and it's okay to roll on the same frequency and then be with somebody or entertain a different frequency. But the difference is that's when you start seeing the butting of the heads, because we don't know how to function in harmony, because it's very, you can't have low vibrational energy. It will never mesh with high vibrational energy. It never will. It never will. Because it's always going to be a conflict. And that's because you're not on the same level. And it's not to say that 92.3. Exactly, Trish. You over there at 92.3, where they be cussing like Zoe said. That's not what we do. 92.3, that might be another, another realm, right? That's another realm. But for me, I think about when I'm attracted to like everyone in here, how I attract everyone to me. And I'm attracted back, and reverse, I'm attracted back. And I mean, we don't even necessarily have to be, the frequency is a little different than the, I don't know what to call it. I don't know what to call it. Let me see. What are the words that I want to use? I don't know the word I want to use, but I know that vibrations, because you can feel vibrations, right? You can feel the vibrations. Definitely, that's how you attract people, because they can feel your vibrations. It's so subtle, we don't even realize that it's happening. Do you know how many abilities that we have that we don't even utilize? Did you know that we could communicate with each other with like telepathic energy? But I'm going to tell you, everybody doesn't have this capability, nor do they think like this, or even think that this is possible, because they're on a different frequency. And what actually gets your frequency in tune, and where you can actually do that telepathic connection, where you don't even have to use words. What happens, how you get there, you have to, what I always say now, and what I'm saying is, you have to be able to take care of your body. We have so many weapons coming against us, as far as the food that we put in our bodies, the toxins that's out here, the germs, the things that, I mean, it's so hard to keep ourselves clean. That's why we can't really do that. Peace and love, Chip. That's why we can't really tap into the, and I watched the video last night. I fell asleep on it, but I watched it. That's why we can't really tap into each other on that level. You get what I mean? Like, I should be able to sit here and think, and y'all in return should be able to type in the answer to whatever it is I'm asking, the question I'm asking in my head, based off of not necessarily even words. Because if you really think about the ancestors and the very beginning of what we know as the beginning, because I think the beginning could have even been before that beginning, right? But when you talk about, you know, over in Kemet, where the pyramids are, and the writings that's on the walls, those aren't words, but they are communications. And so they represent an energy. So the bird, when you see the eagle, it's representing the ka, or the quack quack quack. And so it's not word, it's a sound, it's a vibration, and it represents something. What does the eagle represent? What does the feather represent, right? What does these symbols represent is how you actually interpret what those things are talking about. There's a representation. It really wasn't people walking around with eagle heads or dog faces. You get what I mean? It was actually, it was not those. That's not how it was set up. That's not what it was. But you know, you let people see it, and you start to believe that that's what that was supposed to be. That it was supposed to be a eagle head man or a dog faced woman, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's not what it was. We could communicate without words. No words what needed to be used. And then guess what? Our ancestors also researched. Think about research. We research everything. They researched everything. They talk about scientific, they talk about, I thought I got my coconut water, y'all. They talk about how scientific different things are, right? And the mathematics. All those things, it wasn't called mathematics. It wasn't called science. It just was. And when we stop giving names to things and just operate in the function of what they are, then you will be able to see exactly what it is. Because when you hear something, like, it's 20 people listening to me right now. All 20 of you probably hearing something totally different. I'm not lying. Because that's what words are. They're confusing. They have thousands of interpretations to them. English is the only language that you read from right to left. If you look at any of the other languages, you read from left to right. So you have to think about, we're living in a state of confusion when it comes down to how we communicate with each other. But it's intentional, because if they actually allowed us to speak correctly and utilize our true powers, where we wouldn't even be in these situations that we're in. Do you get what I'm saying? We wouldn't even be functioning the way we're functioning, because we would be beyond that. But because we've been so dumbed down and not able to actually function in our true abilities, now it looks a little different than even imaginable for some people, but it's beyond imaginable for me. And it's not even an imagine. I live in that world. I just function in this one. I live in my own world, but I function in this one. I do what I have to do to make this happen, because that's the abilities that I have. This is the ability that I have. I have this ability. I have the ability to be in one world and operate and function in another world. You get what I mean? Like, I do have that ability. And because I have the ability to do so, I know that if I could do it, that the ability is there for all to do. But you got to know it for yourself. You get what I mean? I can't tell. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that you are supposed to be doing this or you're supposed to be doing that, or if you go to church, that's wrong. If you eat meat, that's wrong. If you because I create my reality. Me. I create my reality. So what comes out of my mouth, whatever comes out of my mouth, is about my reality. Definitely, seeking ye shall find. And that's what happened to me in 2017. I was so determined to look for something. I didn't know what I was looking for all the time what I was looking for, it was right here. And that blew my mind because I was like, I lived all my life. Y'all, I'm gonna be up in here crying because this is deep to me. Like, y'all don't understand. I lived all my life. All my life. 2017 was just around the corner. You got to understand that, right? Less than 10 years ago. Y'all know I ain't no spring chicken, but I don't even know how old I am. But I lived all my life, and all I was told things. I was lied to. I was deceived. And right. Tia telling you right, Lafita, question everything. Don't ever just feel like you are in a place of comfort because you feel like you know, because I still question everything. I question everything. I never present myself quite this way, but it's the new year for me. And that's why, I want y'all to understand why I'm the way I am. Peace and love, Tanika. Why I am the way I am, why I celebrate this as my new year, because I don't live in this reality. This may be 2025 because they said that on that Gregorian calendar that was created and made by man. But that's me knowing how to operate in this societal place that we're in. You get what I'm trying to say? It's me operating in this space. I don't beat the drum of the regular drummer, right? I'm not the one to say, if all y'all over here doing this, well, they doing it, I'm going to do it too. Oh, look what they doing. It must be something that I need to do because everybody doing it. Muhammad Ali, and this was way before 2017, I heard this. Muhammad Ali, as much as y'all, he used to be like, I'm a pretty man, what is it? Sting like a bird, or fly like a butterfly, sting like a bee. He said all those little cute phrases, but that man was genius in his thoughts. He knew who he was. Because guess what he said? He said, when I hear the truth, I know it's the truth. And y'all sit on that for a half a second and think about that. We don't question enough of anything. We go with what we're told and what we're given. And we're given books written by someone else. Y'all know what my question is, and I should give y'all a quiz, but I'm not. My question is, what do you know? What is it that you know? Not what somebody handed to you. Not what somebody wrote in the book. Not what somebody is preaching or teaching or saying. What do you know? And guess what? Going in on within yourself shows you what you know, because it's in you. You know, I often have what I call downloads. I don't share a lot here on this platform, but I used to share all the time. See, it's fun. I done jumped out the bed. I used to share all the time. Everything that came to me, I used to just be like, and then I realized everything not for everybody. And then I used to think I had to save the world because I had this newfound information that I needed to share and tell the world about. And then I realized, it takes time. Everything is a process. Then I realized everything is not for everyone. Because I used to get upset when I would tell someone what I know, and then they'll say, where you find that at? Where can I find that at? Where can I look that up at? Prove it. This is because we live in a society that tells us that we need to be, we live in a society that tells us that this is what, you know, if it ain't written and if it's not in the book and you can't prove to me what it is you're saying, then it's not true. When somebody had to write it in the book to begin with, and you are taking the time to believe and not know. To believe something is to be in agreement with something of someone else's thoughts. My thing is, what is it that you know? Not what you read, not what resonated with you when you read it. Because it don't matter. If it resonates with you, it resonates with you. That's beautiful. But how much of these things that's resonating with you that you know, or is it just resonating with you? Are you just feeling like, oh, you know, I can really relate to that? Maybe someone had an experience that seems a little similar to yours. And so then you can now relate to it. And now you're feeling like, oh, this is what happened, you know, to me too. Or you'll say, I believe that. I really do. I catch myself still saying, I believe that. But typically, when I'm saying that, I'm actually thinking, I know that. But that's not what we were taught and how we, you know, it's hard to come up out of habits that you have been embedded you for your whole entire life. I've only lived the life I'm living now in my own reality less than 10 years. 10 years according to what we were told were years. I question that. I question everything. And I go with what really makes sense. And the only thing that exists and continues to exist, the only thing that matters, this little thing we talking on right now, where y'all can see me, this was made and created and can be destroyed. But I'm going to tell you, the one thing that is always a consistent is you. You are consistently existing. Nature is consistently existing. Our bodies don't need nobody to tell it what to do. Nature don't have nobody to tell it what to do. It's not until it's manipulated that it appears that somebody needs to give it instruction because somebody is messing around with it. And guess what? That's what happened to us. They started injecting us with things, altering our DNAs, allowing us to forget who we are, because we're born with the knowledge of, take a brand new baby, straight out the womb, untouched, unvaccinated, all those things. Allow that baby. I just love to see this, right? I see it. I see people are more, you know, prone to this now, right? Because everybody believed that, you know, you had to believe. You see what I'm saying? You had to believe it. You ain't know that. You had to believe that if you didn't get your child vaccinated, that something was going to happen to them. You had to believe that. You had to believe that you needed to get them vaccinated in order for them to go to school, because that's what they told you. But the thing they didn't tell you is that you could sign a waiver because it could be against your religion to be vaccinated. And you ain't got to prove nothing about what your religion is, right? They created that. So if you want your child to go to school, but now they got the option where your child can stay at home. But I'm not going to jump all the way over there. I'm going to come back around where I was because I can jump off all over the place. But if you take this little bitty baby, brand new, and allow it to, don't teach it nothing. Don't just, if it's hungry, let it find its way. Lay the baby on your, if you the mother, of course, lay the baby on your chest, the baby will go to your breast. It's an instinct. They don't need anyone to tell them what to do, just like nature. But we think we need to give children instructions because that's what we were taught to do. We think we have to guide them in the way that they need to go. But if they use their true instinctive natures, then they don't need that. You know the story about Tarzan? That's a story about a baby that was born in the jungle and raised by animals. But I want you to look at the parallel of that story, okay? Think about what I'm saying. So you got Tarzan, who's born in this jungle, but raised by animals, but animals are instinctive. So what was the little child doing when these animals were doing their instinctive things? Do you think the child in turn was not being instinctive as well? That's how the baby was able to live and become Tarzan and swing from the trees. Oh, y'all remember Tarzan, right? Think about what I'm saying. That's a lot of stories and a lot of things that we've been told that are just fictional, made up things. Rethink them. A lot of things actually come to light that you actually see as entertainment at one time in your life. And if you go back over your life and think about all the things that you experienced and then come back to where you are currently, that's what I've done for the past, I keep saying less than 10 years because I can't, my math not mathing, but that's what I've been doing. I go back over my life and I think about all the things that I encountered and the things that I did, and I come back and I say, oh my gosh, that's why that happened. Oh, that's why I'm at peace now, because that really wasn't what I thought it was. We are here for one reason. We think that we're here to be YouTube creators, build a business, build a brand. We think we're here to, be able to make money to exist in this world. But if we strip those things that were made up, they were made up. It was made up. You get what I'm saying? It was made up. It's nothing but a monopoly game. How many hotels and houses and real estate can you get? How much can you raise and charge me to live on this spot here? How many taxes you gonna pay for this? Oh, you gotta go to work to do that. Don't pass go. Collect $200, go straight to jail. It's life on a board. They put it right there in front of you. Put it right there on a game. Life ain't nothing but a game. This life that was created for you is a game. And you just got to know how to play the game. That's why I exist in the game. But what I really want to say is, think about how many times you've watched, because I'm coming back to this. Think about how many times you watched episodes of things or you watched movies. There's this show called, I want to say it's called Last Man Standing, but I don't think that's it. It's about this presidential man who ended up being like the last person, but he was like not even like the vice president. Everybody else was killed. Like that would have been like the next person in line. And so he fell in to be the next person in line for president. I watched this show in 2000. I want to say 21 or 22. I watched this show in 2021 or 22. Reason I'm telling you this, I'm gonna find the name of that show, because the reason I'm telling you this is I was drawn in by the things I was seeing on this show. There was a time when I was just like a binge watcher. I just watched a lot of stuff, but I didn't watch anything that didn't have any depth or substance or made me say, right? But this particular show, now we know that COVID happened in 2020. I'm watching this show in 2022, but this is an old show. It was on Netflix, and it was produced in 2016 or 17, one of them. On that show, it was a series, like, you know, like a constant, where every time it was another show every day or whatever the thing was. It was binge watching. This show it showed this man as the president. Then it showed him having to pick a vice president who was a black woman. He almost, because what happened, then something ended up happening to him, and she in turn was up for presidency. I can't make this up if you paid me. Also, there was one of the episodes or one of the portions of it where it was an outbreak where people was, the show was not Scandal. Where the show, unless you're saying this is a scandal, but for show. But the outbreak was people needed to stay in their spaces and not come out, because if they did, it would, you know, they had to quarantine. They had to let the people couldn't leave certain spaces and go different places. Sound familiar? The show is from 2016 or 17. If that ain't predicting what's getting ready to happen, because they already know what's getting ready to happen, tell me what is. Did we not just get out of a presidency where it was a black woman who was vice president, who then in turn ran for president because of the inability of the actual president in place endorsing her because he was unable to do it? Exact same storyline. I mean, it's almost like they wrote it. No, I ain't never seen that. I never seen Contagion. There's so many different movies, shows. I'm trying to tell you that actually predict things. Now, you know they always talk about The Simpsons. Do y'all think that's, I mean, come on. I mean, you would have to, I mean, I don't know. People call, and people think and say things to me a lot. And I'm going to say that people, because even family, they call me a conspiracy theorist. Because it does not line, my way of thinking. Only thing that makes me a conspiracy theorist is because my way of thinking does not align with their way of thinking for some things that was given to them to begin with. Of course they did, honey. Of course they did. Ain't nothing new under the sun. Everything that's happening was already a plan because they already knew what was getting ready to happen. Let me tell you something. Right now, we are in a state of what I don't like to call it anything, but for the sake of the conversation, let's call it awakening, where people are realizing things that they never realized before, and it's a mass awakening because they knew this was coming. It's not a surprise. It's not a surprise at all. They knew this was coming. They knew this awakening was coming, so they had to figure out ways. They've been trying to dumb us down forever. Think about how long ago they took the seeds out the food. Think about how long ago they took the seeds out of the food. It actually felt like they did it over a period of time, like a short period of time. Like one day it was seeds, and then it wasn't. Right, population control. All of that. Think about that though. Why do we need seedless food? For convenience? Convenience has killed us. Convenience is killing us as a slow death. Convenience is killing us for slow death. And the reason they even put convenience in place is because they was going to work us in the ground. You are supposed to work till you are 67 years old, according to, and that's just for the generation that I am. I don't know what it's going to be for you, Tanika. And I'm saying that because you are a way different generation than me. It's 67 for me. So if they running you in the ground, you got to keep working in order to maintain this rat race in this world, the way we doing things, the way things are lining up. You gotta keep working. Right. She talking about she feel like she ain't gonna even be able to retire. Not based on what they determined as retirement age, because it's gonna be at 70, 72. You tell me what kind of sense that make. Tell me what kind of sense that make. Then, to bring you back to what I was saying is, the reason that they created these conveniences is because they need to make it as convenient as possible for you to be able to live in this rat race of a world where everything is always go, 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 go. We constantly going. Ain't nobody stopping. We're always moving. I always got something to do. You got to do this. I got to do that. I got to do this. I got to do this. We moving. And we're not even built for that. But because of who we are, they know that we can do that. But they also know that's going to break us down. They also know that taking things that actually fuel our bodies and actually get us to do will cause us to be, we're already coming into an awakening on their forgive my French, bullshit ass food that they giving us, that they calling food. We're already still coming into awakening without having, with that. So could you imagine if they never touched the food? Could you imagine how heightened your senses and your abilities will be? That telepathic energy that I was telling you about would be off the chain. Off the chain. You would be able to communicate with one another on levels of, that would be beyond what you could even fathom. So why do you think it's not a plan? Because it's only, ain't nothing else can make no sense. What did you trying to tell me that, I don't know, we just go ahead and take the seeds out the food. We gonna give them these injections in their bodies because we gonna tell them that these are the things that we doing for them to make everything okay. We gonna tell them that we trying to help them. No. They're not trying to help you. They're not trying to help you. Everybody say, not everybody, but a lot of people think, I hate saying everybody because it ain't everybody, but a lot of people tend to believe, and that's another problem, because they're believing that it is necessary to do things that they don't have to do. My children don't have vaccinations. I want to let y'all know that. And they all went through the whole damn school system. They went through public school systems. Okay? So if that's your concern, I'm gonna keep my children vaccinated so they can go to school. This day and age, you teach your child at home. You could teach your children at home. But they also make that difficult. Because you still got to go to work. Even if you work from home, how you gonna homeschool your child? You can't give them the attention they need. It's all a game. And if you don't know how to play the game, you lose. You lose. It's pretty sad. I'm gonna check that out, honey. Life and Debt documentary. Definitely gonna check that out. I watched a lot of documentaries. But a lot of things that I say and that comes out of my mouth, these are things that I know from my own observation. Did nobody tell me nothing? Nothing. Right there. You just want to know, what do you know? What is it that you know? That's all. I always ask you that. I really want people to ponder on that. So I came in talking about vivid dreams. Understand, I didn't dream. I didn't see stars. I didn't even have, all my motivation was motivated behind the things that of this world. I was motivated to be the best, realtor, or the best salesperson, or the best aspirations of having the best business that I can operate. Of course, that's a great part to be in a good place to play the game from your own standpoint. Nitya says these people can function better when they are low vibrational. I think I know what you're saying right there, because it's a comfortable place. Until you're ready to be uncomfortable and not care what nobody say, or how they evaluate you, how they see you, how they feel about you, whether you have, I'm going to tell you, I said it a lot of times before, people don't like this kind of talk. There's people that do like to hear these things because it's confirmation and validation for things that they always have been feeling for themselves. And I told Nunu the other night, I said, did you see that? I commented on one of her videos because she was like really teaching on that sewing machine. She was really teaching. Like, if I had a sewing machine, I would be able to follow exactly what she said. I always wanted to sew, y'all. But I said to her, I said, no, when you get to that point where you're able to have memberships, I said, you should open up your memberships to people and teach different portions of sewing class and have those videos for those people. And that would be the bonus of what they would be able to do. I said that in her video. I mean, I said it under her thing. Like, this would be a great way to start your monetization because you do well. She came right on my live last night, right after I had said that comment, and she said, I don't speak that well. I don't know. But that's what this world teaches us to make ourselves believe about ourselves. You have to believe you are great. You don't have to believe it. You have to know you are great. But instead, they have us believing things that are not true about ourselves. Which comes to what Lyrics by Nitya is saying. When you're in the low vibration, and it's not your fault. It is not your fault that you're there. It's the society that we live in that teaches us this low vibrational place, and we stick in it that way because that's what we've been taught. Now, to go ahead and finish what I was saying about Nunu was right after I didn't even say, I said, Nunu, I said, I know you saw what I put in there. She was like, I don't have a really good voice. At the same time, why was Rooted in Essential Oils typing, Nunu, you know what? You should start a membership and do a sewing class. That would be dope. Like, that would be it. Is that confirmation of what I had already told her and he hadn't even seen? You get what I'm trying to say? Like, we don't look at things like that as this is what I'm supposed to be doing. This is it. The instructions come directly to you. Just follow them. Stop. Listen to your first mind. Stop second guessing yourself. And guess what? You will be just fine. If you got to function in this world the way that this world is set up today, if you got to function, because we got to function, and unfortunately, we have to function in this world. Since we do, then you need to be on the top of your game. Because what did I tell you? Life is a game, like the game of Monopoly. Life is like the game of Monopoly. Think about that. It's just a constant game. You're just constantly playing a game. And if you're in it to win it, then you need to get on the board. If you're not, you're going to sit back, you're going to get lost in the sauce, and you're going to lose. That's why everything is not for everyone. And you know how people want to sell you everything when they get some information about something, they want to put it together and they want to sell it and give it. You know what? I'd rather give it to you. Because something I heard, which was really like a confirmation for me, is I heard it a long time ago, but something that I heard was, and then I heard it again recently, put it like that. I heard it a long time ago, then I heard it again recently. They said, you can give all the information to all the people in the world. Only 5% of whatever group you're talking to is going to utilize the information. Only 5% is going to utilize whatever information you give. That's why I know that everything is not for everyone, because everybody is not on that same frequency, 107.9. Remember how we started out? Frequency. Everybody's not on the same frequency. I see you, Nydia. They also suffered a lot of brain loss too, memory too. When they started making that hybrid, they used to tell you that marijuana was it messed with your brain cells and caused you memory loss. And then now, when you look at marijuana, COVID-19, all of the things that's been put out here, those are the things that's actually causing you loss of memory. Those the foods. I mean, the marijuana. Think about this. The Indians used to pass the peace pipe. What do you think was in that pipe? It said it was a story about the, I think it was called, when I'm telling these stories, I want to tell y'all so bad the whole, like the name of the thing in the book or the story, or this was a story about this woman who, you know, the men got together and they used to pass the peace pipe. It was an Indian story about how the Indians used to get together. And yeah, what is it that they don't want you to remember? I'll tell you what they don't want you to remember in just a minute. And then they sitting around this you know, fire, and they taking the peace pipe. But the peace pipe helped them have visions, enhanced their abilities they already had. But the women weren't typically in this group. This particular woman snuck over to the area and got, I guess what you, at this time of age, what they call contact, right? Got some contact smoke. And she couldn't believe what she seen. Today, that hybrid or GMO or whatever it is that they're making, because you think about it, they're now giving you the ability to just go buy it from them. Who's legalizing that? The products that you were getting when it was illegal and they was putting our brothers and sisters in jail for a plant that grows out the ground. But so did cocaine. Came from the cocoa plant. But, and then they called it illegal. I can't make this up. This is so crazy. It's just crazy. That's some crazy. I don't give a damn what. Now they done made it legal, and you still got brothers and sisters behind bars on some BS, behind some marijuana charges. Anyway, they got it legal because they want to control it. And the weed man was making too much money, and they wasn't getting a piece of the pot. Wasn't no taxes being paid on it. We got a place here. As a matter of fact, I thought this was just a one-off right here in my area, because I was like, oh, look at them. They let them open up a semi-like dispensary. It's called Apothecary. But ain't nothing in there but marijuana. Yep. THC, something, 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 or whatever. So I'm thinking, why would the government and the states, and I'm going to tell you, North Carolina ain't no easy state, baby. You ain't finna just do no anything up in here. It's the hardest place to pass any law. That everybody else could be doing it all across the world. But it's going to take forever to happen here. So we wanted the bottom line last per people to come on board, and we still got stipulation because it can only be a percentage of a percentage of a percentage of THC in the apothecary, right? Now, dang, did you say, where you at, honey? Wow, and she in Canada. But what I'm trying to tell you is they had to get a piece of this pot. Literally and figuratively, they had to get a piece of the pot. But then they did something to it. Do you feel what I'm saying? And then the reason this even came up is because Nitya said that after COVID-19, people started having memory loss. But not only did then, but also when this hybrid stuff started hitting the market and everybody could just have a marijuana card. Now you could go to the doctor. You could get it prescribed. and you could go buy, and you could even have hired your own grower. You could even hire your own, the grower can get a card to become a grower. But they had to buy their seeds from a particular place. Think about that. You could just grow what you was already growing if you was a grower, right? You weren't supposed to, you can't grow that. You're supposed to have these particular, so why I gotta have them seeds? Why I gotta have them seeds? If I already grew marijuana, why I gotta have those seeds that you got? But that's a whole nother story in itself. We ain't gonna get on that marijuana kick because you know it's the worst decision ever made. There's just another way to take the money out the pocket of the regular old average Joe Blow. They was making their money because people was buying it. And now, I know, you get a license to grow it, but you have to use the seeds. You have to buy the seeds from them. Yes. You said dispensaries outnumber the Starbucks. But what I was saying is, too, now you have, not only is that, I think since they start putting these, yeah, it's them hybrid seeds, that GMO. When I was growing up, guess what? Guess what weed was called? Kush, ganja. What's the other one? It wasn't no Cookie Monster and Cookie Crack and Chocolate Thunder and all of that BS. What is that stuff? Bud. There you go. Get you some bud. Simple. Chronic. I'm in the day of Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre. Again. Tia telling on herself over there. She's giving them names out all the way. And that's in my day. That's what it was called. See, that's what I'm talking about. And I bet you. See, that's what I'm saying. All this is right. You can't even think of, you'd be like, did you try that Cookie Monster? Like, Cookie Monster? What the fuck is that? What is that? No, I ain't trying no Cookie Monster. No Blue Thunder? No Chocolate Thunder? No, none of that. It be having all these crazy names, man. I'm trying to tell you. And these young people are the ones that are consuming it because that was the plan all along. Think about it. The youth shall lead. They are our future. And if we can hinder the future by hindering the youth, think about what I'm saying. If we can hinder the youth and get them consumed in this new, we can change everything. Think about how many, it's a lot of things going on with that I'm not gonna tap into everything. If you know, you know. It's a lot of stuff going on with that when it comes down to it. Pink Kush. See, honey know what I'm talking about. Honey, close to my generation, close. I didn't even know it. I didn't know it. You can't tell. She looked like a kid, but yeah. Right, they got it for the kids. It's not for me. Now, they called it some bud, some gan, some kush, some chronic. Hey, maybe. Maybe. But you come up here talking about, you want to get this Cookie Monster? You want to get this Blue Thunder? This Pink Kush? No, I ain't getting none of that. What is that? And why is that? It's something wrong with it. It's so strong. Yeah, they have fruity. Yeah, and then y'all rolling in the fucking toxins. If you rolling if you're not using paper, like whatever the non-toxic, whatever the paper called, if you're not using that and you're using blunts to roll, it's all toxic. So for whatever reason that you think that you're utilizing that, it's also messing with your eyesight. And marijuana mess with your eyesight. Yeah, the Cookie Monster. That marijuana. I'm just saying, like, it's just a lot of stuff. It's a lot of stuff. But I won't get caught up on the marijuana, but I'm just saying these are the things that they put out here and they tell us, you know, oh, now it's legal, but they're giving it to our youth who is supposed to be our future. Children are the future. Teach them well and let them lead the way. It says, what's women? That verse is lit right there. Can't you tell the children are the future? Teach them well and let them lead the way. Tell them all the beauty they possess inside. Give them a sense of pride to make it easier. Let the children's laughter remind us how it used to be. I decided long ago never to walk in anyone's shadow. If I fail, if I succeed, at least I live as I believe. No matter what things for me, they can't take away my dignity. Because the greatest love of all is inside of me. I keep telling you, and that's something else. Let's talk about the music, baby. Let's talk about the music. When I was growing up, back in the day, music is frequency and vibration. And this is where we came in on this. Frequency and vibration. Think about what I'm saying. So they then took the music. They gave us marijuana. Now it's legal. They brought out original rap gang was hip hop, hip it to the hip hop. You don't stop the rocker to the bang bang boogie. You up jump the boogie to the bang bang boogie the beat. What you hear is not a test. I'm rocking to the beat. Me, the plan, and my friends gonna try to give. Well, see, I know I ain't saying it right, y'all, but you know what I'm saying. It was uplifting, hip to do. And then even the love songs were love songs. If you ever sang a song, even if you're a person that listens even to gospel music, if you're a person that listens to gospel music, don't sing that song to anything outside yourself. Sing that song to yourself. And watch how magical that song is. Where they say Jesus or God, replace it with you. Baby. Now that's another level. Now if you ain't there, I get it. I understand. But that's a whole nother level. Also, these love songs, because before you can love anybody else, you gotta love you. You got to love you. And everybody's definition of love looks different. And that's a problem. Because love is a frequency. but we put it into a definition that has words. So when you say to somebody, I love you, if you say to me, I love you, I don't even know what that really means coming from you. But I know what it means when I say I love me. Because it's my understanding of what love is. The songs that we listened to back in the day, and Tia, if you still in the live, please drop some of those old school love songs in there, because you know them. So I can get to singing them, because I can't think of them off the top of my head. But you start singing love songs to yourself, you will realize that not only will you... Tia, drop it. Quit laughing at me. Drop some songs in there. Not only will you start to really be in love, because I want to know, how could you be in love with something outside of yourself? The way that you love outside yourself is to love yourself within. You cannot give what you do not have. You cannot project what it is, because people say, show me that you love me. And they think that that's to show someone that you love them is to shower them with gifts or do special things. If you really want to show somebody you love them, sit in silence with them for just a little bit and start to tap into one another. Get really on the same frequency. Really feel each other. Feel each other for real. You ever heard people, somebody, when they say, you feel me? Who say that? We say that. We as a people, we say that all the time. You feel me? You think that's a cliche thing? No, they want to know, do you feel them? Do you feel them? You feel me? You feel what I'm saying? Do you feel me? You feeling it? Drop them songs, Tia. Dang, girl. You gonna make me have to look it up. Who is it? Who is it? These songs, these love songs, I can't think of the name of these love songs, man. It's off the top of my head. I mean, I sit here and sometimes I'm just singing, but I'm singing to me. I'm singing to me. I flip everything back to me. Because without me, yeah, throw me some Earth, Wind, and Fire. I'm using my Earth, Wind, and Fire. That ain't a song. I don't know no. You know I don't know artists, and you know I don't know names of songs. And I didn't realize I was singing Whitney Houston until somebody just said it in the doggone chat. That's what I'm saying. I don't know stuff like that. To me, that's not important. Oh, child. Let me see. Let me throw Earth, Wind, and Fire in here. I mean, Earth, Wind, and Fire, I keep thinking fire and desire. Earth, Wind, and Fire love songs. Coco, you still at work or you off? Ebony Eyes. That's Rick James. Oh, you just got in the plantation? Oh, my goodness. Peace and love. Peace and love. Welcome in. Welcome in. Make sure y'all double tap the live. Let me know that you're in the live. Thank you for dropping the chat. Let me know you're here. I appreciate you more than you know. Hey there. All right. Okay, here we go. Okay. No, I wouldn't sing Ebony Eyes to me. I wouldn't sing that song to me. I'm talking about some real love songs. Let me see. Let me put in here. Real R&B. I just can't think of no songs right now. You know, that's that old school from me smoking that ganja, I guess. Back in the day. Real R&B. Real R&B. Love songs. I'm a fan as well. I'm a fan as well. I've been over on your channel. I definitely tap in to make sure I know who you are and what you got going on. Write a song to love by Earth, Wind, and Fire. Okay, thank you. Let me see what that says. I thirst but never quench. I know the consequence, feeling as I do. We are in a spinning top. Where, tell me, will it stop? I think I know this song. And what am I to say? Open our music book that only few can look, and I'll write a song for you. Love is a symphony, hearts in one melody, because I'll write a song for you. Sounds never dissipate. They only recreate in another place. There's a silent night, joy of the song's delight, cause I'll write a song for you. You'll write a song for me. We'll write a song of love, My magical mystique, finding it all complete. This ain't enough singing to myself that I feel, but I like the song. I think I know what song that is. Music. Lyrics. When I'm saying sing this song to you, I just can't put my finger on it. And I really hate that I can't do it, because I really want to read the words to you so you can understand and feel what I'm talking about. No, not what's love got to do with it. What's love got to do? Secondhand emotion. What's love got to do? Got to do it. Who needs a heart when the heart can be broken? She was feeling that. All right. I'm looking for songs that if you sang the words, so songs that you might typically sing to someone else. Yes. Or a Luther. Yes. Anita or a Luther. Yes. Okay, go. Let's go. Girl, I knew somebody come up with it. She said, no one in the world. I love me some Anita Baker. Y'all know I'm from the D with Anita. I used to see her in the grocery store at the Kroger's. She used to be an incognito. She did. She used to have her sunglasses on. And she used to have her hood, her scarf tied around her head. And like nobody didn't know it was her. I look back on those times we had. Some made us laugh. And some made us sad. We used to make up to break up. All the things we gave. That's not how the song goes. I look on all the good times once we shared. I must have been blind just to think I would find someone new. One who loved me better than you. Think about this. You're saying this to yourself. Saying it to yourself. One who loved me better than you. Well, it may come to a surprise. Loneliness has opened my eyes. I've tried every love I could find. Still, I can't get you out of my mind, 'cause there's no one in the world to hold me. No one in the world's gonna move me. No one in the world can love me like you do, baby. Every time I'm with someone, loving you, yes, I want to run. I want to run back to your arms again. Ain't no one in the world, no one in the world loves me like you do. Ooh. Are you happy with your life? Well, for me, I'm breaking inside. So self-assured that I cannot see. I had it all when you were with me. No one in the world's gonna hold me. Think about what I'm saying when you're singing this song. If you're singing it to yourself, if you really think about it, no one in the world is going to hold you like you. When you say it like you're not talking outside yourself. No one's gonna do you like you do you. Sing it to yourself. Now y'all feeling me? Thank you, honey. Thank you. Thank you, honey. Thank you. This is what I was talking about. This is exactly what I was talking about. It says, please take me back. I can't go on. Take me back. You saying it, take me back to, come back to self. Take me back. I know I lost my way, but take me back. Let's start over. Right? I can't go on. I'm not happy in my life without you. Without you. Without you. Come on, y'all. What I do, I'll do whatever it takes. I've got to get you back with me again. I realize I need you here in my life. Ain't no one in the world, no one in this world. Now y'all feeling what I'm saying now? If you singing this song, don't be thinking about that man that made you feel so good. Ain't no one in the world gonna love me like. No, because you don't even know what he was loving you like to begin with, because what his definition of love is, was it your definition? How many times does that get confused and button heads when you think that somebody's supposed to show up a certain way for you because you think that that's how they're supposed to love you, like you love you. If you love you the way you need to be loved, it don't matter how somebody else show up for you, because at the end of the day, they need to be loving themselves the way they want to be loved. And then y'all come together mutually, and that's how you get along in harmony. You shouldn't have an expectation for anybody to love you the way you want to be loved. You need to love you the way you want to be loved. And we're not just talking about that smooshy, gooshy, cushy, looshy love. We talking about overall love, emotional, physical, spiritual. That's what we talk about. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say if you truly love you, you will get up and do the things that make you a better you. And we're not talking about what somebody told you you need to do. Because if you keep having a conversation, I don't know if y'all saw this video that I did about tapping into your spiritual team. But if you have not seen that video, go watch that video. Go watch that video. Because that right there is that conversation that you keep having with yourself, that you keep thinking that, why does this keep coming to me? Why does this keep coming to me? It's your spiritual team talking to you. And they telling you to do some things to get uncomfortable, but they telling you to do things for you, so that you can, it's called tapping into your spiritual team. That's the name of it. It's probably about, it might be 2 months old. It might be a month or 2 old. Tapping into your spiritual team. Yes. It's going to tell you, it's just a quick story. It's a quick verbiage, but it's telling you how to see things. I told you I see things differently than most. So you weren't in here, Coco, yet. But I see things differently than most people, and try to put it into perspective where everybody can still relate, because whether you relate on it in the same level that I'm relating on it, or you related on your own level, it's okay. You get what I'm saying? It's okay, because you still gonna get something from it, because your spiritual team is always nagging. I don't want to say nagging. They're not nagging. They're always telling you to do something. And when you hear that, and you like, and you always saying, my first mind told me to do that. Why do you think your first mind told you to do it? Because this is all about you. Everything is about you. We make everything about everybody else. It's about you. It's about you. If it's about you, you're going to be okay. When we start doing things for ourselves, we will be okay. We will be so much better. Start living in our own realities. Start creating. Yep. Honey Love Fred seen that video. Start living in your own realities. Creating your own space. I told you I don't live in boxes. I don't operate in titles, because when you put a title on something or someone, you then have a definition, and every definition is different depending on who's talking or who's receiving the information. And now you become a whole bunch of things that people are putting on you, and now they're projecting their thoughts in those ways upon you, onto you, from what they think something is. So if I say that I'm vegan, then I have 15,000 definitions of the word vegan, and now everyone wants to say, oh, she don't do this because she vegan. Oh, she don't do this because she vegan. Or da-da-da-da-da-da-da. But I'm not. I eat what they call vegan. But I don't. Jamar, hey, little brother. I don't proclaim any titles, because when you start to put titles on things, that's when it becomes, you're becoming, a, hey, welcome to the line, BDP, GP. How you doing? And how you living? I know that's right. Good to see you over here. I'm just over here chopping it up. But that's why I don't do titles. I don't do titles. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear that, my brother. I don't like that. And then when I talk about loving yourself and dealing with, that's, if you're listening to your first mind, that's the first thing. If you're listening to worse when it is, or worse when it's, why did she do that? I thought she said she was. Why she did do that? I thought she said she was. Okay, worse when I think I'm not following that. I know we were talking about, are we talking about when the misunderstandings of the communication? Oh, when somebody says, oh, I thought she was because that's what she said. Oh, no, exactly. But half the time people don't even listen to what you say because they make their own mind up about you based on, you know, what they perceive. No matter how much you define and tell people who you are, right, the labels, right. No matter, tell them how you are. I don't wear labels. I don't have a title, you know. I exist. I am everything. I am the all. It's without balance, it doesn't matter, you know. I'm the feminine energy, the masculine energy. I'm the good, I'm the bad. I'm the God, I'm the devil. I'm all of that, you know, however you want to put it. You get what I'm saying? Because we all got it in us and you can't say we don't. We're everything. And when you try to fight against the things that you are, that's when you are struggling. That's when when it becomes a struggle because you're telling you not to, oh, I hope you feel better, Jamar. I'm so sorry to hear that, my little brother. Feel better. Feel better. Sending you some positive vibes and some positive energy and some healing energy your way. Hope that you feel better soon, for sure. But don't, you know, and I forgot what else I say. Oh, I am that I am. Yes, I was saying that. I am that I am. Exactly. But we don't put these sayings and these things to us. Telling your friend to roll up the John Redcorn. What's that? Elevated. Elevated be over there on one. I think he be over there smoking on the pink unicorn. Or the pink, what was it called? Honey Lover Friend. Well, I hope you recover tomorrow. What was it called? Pink unicorn? Pink Kush. I think he be over there smoking on the pink Kush sometimes. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That's what it is, pink Kush. I think that's what he over there smoking on. Because he was saying a little anything. But, y'all, I've been talking for a minute. And y'all know that I could go on. I mean, this here got so many branches. It keeps going and going and going and going and going. But when everything that I talk about, if you notice, it comes right back to self. No matter what I talk about, nothing is about anything outside of me. I have not had a conversation that doesn't bring me back to self. Always about self. And you'll realize once you begin to think about self and focus on self, that's how I became a better me. I know I'm a better me because I truly, I truly love me. And how I know I love me? Because of the choices I make for myself. Thank you. As always, I appreciate you always checking on me and you don't feel good. I should be checking on you, little brother. And it's about the food you put in the body. It's about how you treat your body, whether you're moving your body. You know, it's about so many different things. Because we live and exist in this space that we need to do these things to be intentional. You got to be intentional with everything that you do. You have to be intentional. Without intentions, it doesn't matter how you show up. Without intentions, if you're not intentional about it, no matter what it is, you're not gonna get the best outcome without intentions. So, because every day A matter of fact, there was a video. I never ever talked on this, and now I'm gonna get off here, y'all. I did that video where I talked about when I did my first fasting challenge here, the 22-day rolling fast challenge. And I gave the results. And I think I had released 14.3 pounds in 22 days. And I was telling y'all that all the things that I did, that was kind of like things that I did to kind of keep myself, that was like my regular things. And one of them was speaking intentions into my water. So I would go, before I would go to sleep at night, because water holds memory. So before I would go to sleep at night, I would put a certain set of intentions and speak them over my water and set that water next to my bed. In the rising, I would drink and consume those intentions and then meditate on that and being intentional. So that's what keeps you getting up. And you know, it's not necessarily what keeps you getting up, but I mean, you'll do whatever you need to do for you. But this is what I do for me, right? I do that, and then I know that I'm now consuming those things that I have spoke into the water. The water has structure. So the structure that you're implementing and putting into your body now is going to begin to form. But you have to visualize it. Of course, it's not just going to happen. It's not no magic pill. You know, everything has its own way of doing. Whatever you think it is, it is. But what I do know is water does hold memory and it has structure, right? So those are things that I know. And I love the water. And I'm made up of a lot of water, and I am the water. I'm a Cancer moon, I'm a Cancer sun, I'm a Scorpio rising. I am a lot. I am. However, so that's how I keep going with, if I have this thought, instead of waking up with the thought of making an excuse why I'm not going to do something that's good for myself, I wake up with the intention to only do those things that are beneficial to myself. Because, you know, we'll try to talk ourselves out of a lot of stuff. You know, we're like, oh, if you went to sleep with the intention of fasting when you woke up in the rising, and then all of a sudden you decided that, oh, you know what? I think I'm going to go ahead and have, I'm going to go ahead and eat. There's a reason that you even thought the thought. Just always remember, there's a reason. If you're listening to your first mind or tapping into your spiritual team, you will know why. You will know why. You know, but that's what I wanted to tell you about the water and the tensions with the water and that kind of thing. But y'all, it's been wonderful. I'm going to wrap this up because it is now 12:21. So by the time I say peace and love, let me see. Hold on. Okay, so we got like 30 seconds before 12:22. You are so welcome, Jamar. I appreciate you tapping in. I appreciate everyone tapping in tonight. I thank you so much for joining me and listening to me go on and on and on. But definitely I wanted to talk about vivid dreams, and actually it led me to on a whole nother level. That's what I'm saying. Sometimes you just got to go with the flow. You just got to go wherever your thoughts take you and, you know, move on that way. But I just said I was going to sign off here. It is now 12:22. So peace and love to everyone. Thank you for joining the live. And remember, peace and love. Oh, peace and love.